get you some. Oh, yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow! G'day, lovelies. Welcome back. Welcome to the best chocolate mud cake ever. Alrighty, well, sorry I haven't been on this week, guys. I have been absolutely smashed by a migraine. It's kind of gone away, so if I don't quite see my normal self, that'll be why. First thing we want to do is preheat our ovens at 180 degrees Celsius. Now we need 2 cake tins. Today I'm using roughly around a 20 centimetre one, but sometimes I also use the 23 centimetre ones. Now if you've got 2 tins, that's brilliant because it makes it a lot easier. If you don't, you just have to do what I used to do. Make one up in one, clean the tin, then make the next one up. It's a bugger, but as soon as you can afford it and you've got a chance, definitely grab 2 tins because it makes it heaps easier. Alright, so what I've done is I'll just get some baking paper, put it down, sit the tin on, go around it with a pen or a pencil, and then when you're cutting it out, just cut it out a little bit smaller than the circle. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. Put a little bit of butter in the bottom and then stick them in there so they stay nice and tight. Alrighty, once we've done that, we're ready to rock and roll. So I'll write the recipe below as always. So we're going to need white sugar, plain flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, bicarb soda or baking soda, a couple of eggs, a cup of milk. Now you can use half a cup of vegetable oil if you want, but I love using olive oil. Some vanilla extract, and we need to bang our kettle on because we need some boiling water as well. Alrighty, large bowl. The first thing we want is 2 cups of white sugar. Now this is a really rich, beautiful mud cake, so you don't need big slices, which is great because it feeds a lot of people. It's beautiful as a birthday cake or something. Oh. Now we want 1 3/4 cups of plain flour. And this cake also lasts 2 weeks in the fridge covered over, and for some reason it just gets better and better, so it's absolutely brilliant. It's one of those cakes I always have in the fridge. Anyone comes over, there's always a slice there with a cuppa. Now we need 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. I absolutely love the black and gold brand. IGA or Foodland you can get the black and gold from. We want 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and we want 1.5 teaspoons of bicarb soda or baking soda. Alright, we just want to give these a good mix through, and then we want to bang on our kettle. Now we want to add our 2 eggs, 1 cup of milk, half a cup of vegetable oil or olive oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and now with the spoon we're going to mix it all in really well. Now once we've mixed that in well, we need 1 cup of the boiling water out the kettle. And what we want to do is we just want to slowly add it as we're stirring. It'll get really watery and then it will come back a little bit. Just be patient. Alrighty, once that's mixed in well, we now want to put it into our tins. So what I normally do is just pour it up to the rim. You really need these springform tins too. And then once they're both on the rim, then I'll just add a little bit to each one. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit uneven, which mine mostly are. It doesn't matter, it just means it might take a few more minutes or a few less minutes to cook. Okay, our oven should be up to heat now. So what I like to do is put the tin on a tray. Because they are springform tins, sometimes they will leak through the bottom a bit and you just have smoke through your whole house. So you're better off just putting it on a tray. If you're using the bigger tin, just get a bigger tray. Bang it in the oven. Alrighty, 30 minutes later in my electric oven. Now the way you can tell if it's ready is you want it to not be runny, but it's not going to be all spongy like a cake because we're making a mud cake, alright? So don't expect it to be hard and spongy. It's still really soft, like I touched it a minute ago and it went in a bit. Alright, so it's still soft, but it's not runny. That's exactly how you want them. Alright, get something you can just scrape around the edges and just loosen it up. Put a piece of baking paper over the top of the cake. Gently put the plate on. Now we want to slide it. What I do is you want it near a bench somewhere, so when you slide it out, we've got our tea towel underneath because the bottom of it is going to be hot. Onto the tea towel, turn it over, straighten it up to the plate. I like to do it when it's hot. Then go around the edge and just gently get you know, the edge bit that hasn't got the paper on it. Just get that to release. Alright, then just try and get up under the piece of paper. Oh, that's hot. Peel it off. Now, if you bugger it up and it breaks into heaps of pieces or something, you don't normally would do that. Sometimes you get a little chunk like that missing. Don't worry about it, because when we put the ganache on after, when we put them both together and put the ganache on, you would not know at all. I mean, I've had a few times that have just gone nuts. Probably my fault for not paying attention. And they're broken up all over, Joe. I just pile it all on and then whack on the ganache. Bite me twice. Now we do exactly the same with the next one when it comes out, and then we leave them both just sitting on a bench somewhere to go completely cold. Got a saucepan, put some boiling water from the kettle in it, make sure the bottom of your bowl doesn't touch. Heat-proof bowl, 300 grams of dark chocolate. To that I'm going to add 300 ml of cream. I'll let it sit there for a couple of minutes to start melting down. Then I'll just give it a stir every minute or so until it's all blended in together. Okay, it does take a while, but be patient with it. This is the best way to do it without stuffing it up. Alright, so once we've got it all mixed in together, we now want to get a big bowl and we want to pour it into it to cool it quicker. Alright, I've left it there for about 10 minutes. It's now cooled down to room temperature. So now I'm going to get the electric beater out and beat the crap out of it. Alright, that took about 5 minutes on high, and we wanted the consistency of thickened cream. Alrighty, first cake, I'll grab the one that's a little bit damaged first. Alright, take it off the plate, put the plate on it, hold the paper, turn it over, peel her off. Oh yeah, baby. I'll grab a spoon to start with, and I'll put roughly a third of the mixture in the middle. Once our first layer's on, grab our other cake, turn it up, pull it off, and then carefully sit it on top. Straighten her up. Just grab a knife or one of these things or whatever. So I want to do the sides first. So we're going to fill it in the gap around there. I swipe around at the same time. And do that the whole way over. I'll just put it down a bit lower, so I'm hoping you can see the sides. So once all your sides are done first and they're completely covered over and they're like beautiful, then you smash all the rest on top. And then evenly put it all over the top. Nice, big, thick, beautiful ripples. I know this light is just not going to show you how absolutely beautiful that is. Alright, now what I'm going to do is stick it in the fridge for half an hour exactly like that. That's so all the top can set. Once it's set, then you can cover it up with some Glad wrap. Now, like I said before, it is a beautiful rich cake, so you don't need huge slices. You can always go back for another one. Alright, I'm going to cut it as ungracefully as possible, no doubt. And she goes and cuts a massive piece. Let's see how she goes. Come on, little fella. Now, how am I going to get you to see this in the right light? I'll put it on the side, actually. Thank you guys so much for watching. Well, have a good night, and if all goes well, I'll see you tomorrow. Toodles.